After a few minutes of struggling, we're up and running. Good morning, slash technically afternoon. I am Lulu, I am your host, through another episode of Azure Dreams on PlayStation 1 on transmissions from Nibelheim. Let us continue, shall we? Now that the struggles are over. OBS wouldn't recognize my microphone, and then I got the microphone working, and then the sound from the game would only come out of the speakers. We were having a good time. Also, how did we mess with this last time? One moment. I wonder, actually, hang on. Let me do this between monitors. Just checking my levels. Sorry if that was loud. So that's like right there. And if we take this and bring her way down, in fact, I'll bring her way down, so it'll be very obvious on my levels. Oh no, that fucks with you guys too. Okay. Wow, we already have it turned down to 50%. And it's that loud compared to the rest of my shit. That's interesting. One moment. Okay, so it shouldn't have desktop audio at all. I'm going to turn this down just a touch further. It's going to be even quieter. For you guys. Actually, maybe that's what we do, so I can keep it loud enough for you guys. You know, we'll do it live when we've got some chat here to check me before I wreck me. So let's say that's good for now. I just turned down this a little bit further. You guys should be able to hear the game, no problem. However, well, not right now because I just paused it. However, I'm going to put something on in the background to keep my sanity. So, because as per the title of my stream and what I'm trying to do going forward and trying to reassure myself is perfectly fine. I might not get any viewers, but it's perfectly fine. Is, hey, I'm sitting in my room, my door's open, and you guys are wandering by. And if you want to hang out, great. And if you don't, keep walking. And to do that, I need to be comfortable. Sure, I'll just put on Game Grumpus compilation. That'll be enough. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oof. Okay. I'll try not to comment on what I'm listening to too much. Should be prepped to go. Yep. I should really plug in my phone. Phone plugged in. Wait, let's move. Let's save. Now let's equip. Hi, Incognito. I appreciate the lurk. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Ooh, I didn't move my mic at all. One moment. I'm just gonna laugh at this shit, so I probably should put music on instead of Game Grumps. Alright. Because that was pretty funny and I had to stop myself from laughing. That was an awful split screen. Woo! Okay. Give me YouTube music? Oh, I thought I had one open. I guess not. Oh, that's right. And this isn't my mix of stuff. I'm still working on getting it tuned in to my taste. So, oh, that's better. We'll definitely do that. Oh no, we'll do both of that because I've had that song stuck in my head for days. Limelight by Rush. Had that stuck in my head for days. That's great, Limu Emu. Can't skip it. Pale pink. Ooh, we've had pink and now pale pink. Are we gonna get a salmon? A blush? A rosé? No fair. Shouldn't be able to hit me through corners of walls like most things can't. Think and feel. I'm still learning the lyrics to this, actually. Sufficient tact. Keep oneself intact. Yeah, I didn't realize that I am Rush and Rush is me, so I have to like Rush now, so that's fine. I'm fine with that. I already liked Rush. Must put aside the alienation, get on with the fascination. I didn't mean to have that, I meant to use it. And actually, I'm not going to do that either. I'm just going to have it. This is the first floor. It's not worth it. Let's do this. Gonna turn it up, too. Sorry if we have bleed into the microphone. 1981, man. I actually have a story kind of about this album, even though I don't own any Rush. You're merely players! Yep. So back in the day when we were switching from cassettes to CDs, my uncle had a sweet sound system, and he was the first one to switch into CDs. And CDs used to come in these really wild boxes, if you're not familiar with it. Not just the jewel cases. Those fit the CD, they make sense. There's nothing weird about that. They used to come in a rectangular box with the jewel case in it, all the way down at the bottom, and then it just had like a whole nother CD's length of a just empty box above it. Like, think big box games. There was so much so much extra space. Yeah, let's go up. And for whatever reason, this was one of the early CDs that he replaced his cassette with, and I remember him getting it. Maybe even this and like Physical Graffiti. Is that Led Zeppelin? Or is that also Rush? No, that's Led Zeppelin, isn't it? Because I remember the covers. And yeah, Rush would have really fit my uncle now that I think about it. Huh. Yeah, I want to go up. Put aside the alienation, get on with the fascination, the underlying dream. This is gonna be fight number 10. I'm ready to finally kick your ass to 10, buddy. Let's go. I'm glad you're upset. Let's go, gosh. Let's go. Rush, man. Rush, 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 rush. And in fact, if it's going to serve me up more shit, it's serving me up Spirit of Radio and then Burning for You by Blue Oyster Cult. We're just... let it run. Let it run. I can skip this Limu Ema, though. Spirit of Radio, baby. I'll take the medicinal herb. Save. Floor 3. My hands are crazy sweaty this morning. So weird. A companion unobtrusive plays the song that's so elusive, and the magic music makes your morning mood. Is there... am I am. Stop. Check out your fingers. Yes, I'll use that. Undemanding contact in your happy solitude. Man, he really was just a poet, wasn't he? Like, music was secondary. And the music's good. And of course I know the chorus of Spirit of Radio, but... God, it's just so well written. All this machinery making modern music could still be open-hearted. A question of your honesty. Yeah, your honesty. You could have jumped up there. In the freedom of music. It's an endless compromises. Shatter the illusion of integrity. Yeah. That's not great. On timeless wavelengths, beyond price, almost free. We never really listen to our musicians and our artists, do we? That's probably why I gave up. It's so depressing as an artist of any kind to grow up and realize, oh, we've all been saying the same thing for centuries or millennia, and people still don't listen. And we mock our children in their simplicity when really they have the answers. I have so much hope for humanity on paper, but God, in practice, it's really hard to have faith. And what a dirty word. I hate that word. If that turned you off, you should probably leave my channel. Have a good day. If that turned you on, stay around. Okay. Let's just go up. What a great song. Man, that was a year before, huh? Oh my God, it's the same commercial. A gang. I cannot put into words how much I hate being advertised to. And I'm not used to it anymore. I don't partake in a lot of media sources that advertise to me that I can't block the advertising on. I don't watch television. I watch YouTube. And I always have ad block. Except for on my phone. So I do get a little dose of it. But YouTube music, all the time. So if you see me getting progressively grumpier between songs, that's why. Because I'm being advertised to. Burn out the night. Ooh, thank you for getting that for me. Put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. You know, I guess I want to take a second to say that I'm really grateful that I'm into this kind of music. You know, if my parents would have been a little older or a little younger, I probably wouldn't have been able to been into this kind of music. Even if I might have found it later. For instance, I found Jimi Hendrix on my own. That wasn't their scene. This was more my parents' style. Blue Oyster Cult, Rush, stuff like that. Zeppelin. But they didn't really... So when people say to me, you know, I picked up my parents' music, and oftentimes I'll even have stories like, oh yeah, you know, on Sunday mornings we would make pancakes and we would always listen to the whatever it is, you know, this radio station or my mom's favorite album or whatever. No. I can't even picture that. That's ridiculous. Happy for you. Genuinely happy for you. Can't picture it. It's just It was just being aware, being observant. That's it. Which makes it sound like an egotistical thing, like, oh, well, I was just more observant than other children. No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't hear what I didn't say. Burn out the night. Actually, that reminds me of another CD. Yes, I do want to go up. That reminds me of another CD that my uncle got. I'm sorry, Blue Oyster Cult, I have to pause you. It reminds me of another CD that my uncle got during that big switchover that still had the long cases, long boxes, whatever. And now I kind of want to look at that album. Like, I don't think I've ever listened to this album personally myself outside of his copy of it that he had and whatnot. And I know I haven't said it yet. There's a reason I haven't said what album it is yet. And bless my uncle, love ya. And you know, I'm not even sure if he was a joke yet at the time. This artist, and technically as a musician, I guess he's not a joke. He's really not a joke, musically speaking. But he himself as a human being is such a fucking meme. David Lee Roth. And I don't mean while with Van Halen. I mean David Lee Roth solo. He put out an album called Cliffhanger. If I'm not mistaken. Let me double check myself before I double wreck myself. I don't believe it had anything to do with the movie Cliffhanger. I could be wrong. Yeah, I made a typo. Shut up. I'm sorry. It wasn't called what I just said it was called. It's called Skyscraper. Same thing in my brain. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's definitely real. It definitely has him on the side of a rock. This is real. January 21st, 1988, Warner Brother Records. His second full-length studio album released during his solo career after his departure for Van Halen. So that seems to infer to me, yeah, that he had a previous solo album. Yeah, Eat 'Em and Smile. Oh, wow. What a cover. That's definitely David Lee Roth. I see. So he debuted solo in 1985 with an EP. Then he had a full-length album, Eat 'Em and Smile, a supporting tour, and then after that tour, he put out Skyscraper. Track listing, please. Wow, I gotta tell you, from a name, I don't remember a single song here. Not even one. The European CD reissue, however, I do recognize several of these songs because they aren't on the original album. They're just greatest hits, like California Girls and Just a Gigolo. Which, sorry, brother, that's really all you should be known for. What a short-ass album! Holy fuck. The American one had merely 10 tracks on it and was 41 minutes long. 41 minutes, that's nothing. And the European CD, with California Girls and a medley of Just a Gigolo, I Ain't Got Nobody. Oh yeah, he did do that, didn't he? Is 48 minutes, almost 49 minutes. That's really fucking short, David. Well, that's David Lee Roth for you. And boy, he really looks like David Lee Roth on that fucking cover. Just, what a personality. I wasn't insane. Wait. Sorry I used the word. I didn't have it entirely wrong. How did I know that, though? Where'd that go? Hang on. I'm gonna find it. It's in the Wikipedia page. It's just, you know, when you search, it pulls what's relevant, and then you have to go find it in the page. There it is. Okay. I don't know how I knew this. I don't care about David Lee Roth. I've never cared about David Lee Roth. I've never even really cared that much about Van Halen. So I have no idea. Quote, in January 1988, Roth released Skyscraper, a more experimental LP featuring the hit single Just Like Paradise, co-produced by Roth and Steve Vai, under the working title Cliffhanger. Skyscraper peaked at number 6 on the Billboard album chart and ultimately sold 2 million copies in the US. So it was the working title. Why would I know that? You know, I'm going to blame it on VH1. I'm going to say this is something I saw from We Love the 80s, picked up from a Van Halen thing, something. It has to be. There's no reason for me to know that otherwise. Well, I'm glad that I didn't misinform you. I'm glad I checked myself. It's actually called Skyscraper, but apparently the working title was Cliffhanger. So, I didn't make it up, apparently, even though he decided to change the name. Fascinating. Very interesting. I am going to continue to have music, though. What else we got? Okay, well that's not really convenient, is it? YouTube music. Yeah, we'll do Fly By Night next. I mean, oh no, we do only have a few seconds left of Burnin' for you, so yeah, I'm glad I got that queued up. If you are a youngin', or anybody really, and you're only familiar with Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult, do try some other stuff. It's good stuff. Although this is Rush. Not that you can hear it, but Fly By Night is Rush. It's not my favorite Rush song, but it's definitely a notable one. It's that chorus, man. Fly by night with a high-ass voice. Really listening to these songs for once. Not being bothered, just trying to pay attention to the words. Rush is very serious about its words. Yeah. These are some really salient lyrics. Please don't. Please. Yeah, let's go. Should probably make this a little smaller so I can see chat. Yeah, we're gonna have to grab some new songs because this is just getting into a deeply wild mix. That's right. I was going to listen to that, which is a pretty short song, but I will do it. By the way, I really need to get into the Dare to some degree. I have a feeling that if I do, there's going to be a lot of stuff of theirs that I don't like, of his that I don't like. But the stuff I do like, I really like. So we're talking about the band. The Dare is the one who did that song Girls that was really, really popular on like TikTok and shit for a while. I like the girls who do drugs, girls with cigarettes in the back of the clubs. That song. Same guy. It's a song called Good Time, and it is so good. Oh, sa ikimashou, Unity Cup desu. Challenge rival teams. Conquer the Unity Cup. Oh, it's Uma Musume, which I am familiar. It's horse girl racing. We live in a wild world. Let's have some fun tonight. Let's have some fun tonight. I might start a fight 'cause I'm on the brink of suicide. Ah, come on, let's turn the lights out. Ah, come on, let's turn the lights out. I love this song. This dude has no shame. Whereas that's all I am, is a creature of shame. I admire people like them. Shame really isn't the right word, but it kind of is. Coming in from all sides while you're online. I'm in the club while you're online. I hope my set sounds good outside, baby. Good stuff. Like, this guy has all the swag. All the swag. I need to see a picture of this man. I'll probably be lost if I do. Oh. With this sort of riz. Hang on. Ruin me. Ruin me, the Dare. Ruin me. Harrison Patrick is his name. Dude, good for him. I see him. I see what he's going for. Ah, now I see why it's called The Dare. So, not that you guys were asking or listening, but apparently there's a much older band called Dare. Not The Dare, just Dare. Dare is an English rock band from Oldham, fronted by former Thin Lizzy keyboard player Darren Wharton. They formed in 1985. It's definitely not that band that I'm talking about. I'm talking about The Dare. Ooh, look at you, GQ. He got in GQ. Look at you. Harrison Patrick Smith is his name. He was a substitute school teacher when he adopted the name The Dare and dropped the anthem of Indie Sleaze something. Indie Sleaze Revival Girls. Now he's got a major label record deal and big plans to keep the party going. Things have leveled up super quickly. Yeah, I'd imagine so. This was a couple years ago. So good for him. Happy for him. Yeah. I have so many thoughts. And while I'm all about honesty, that doesn't mean I'm completely unfiltered. I don't know who's listening right now, so I'll just say that I have a lot of mixed feelings on the topic now that I've looked into it. Ah. Just sit. Just sit. Don't put me into a pissing mood, please. Okay. Getting there, though. I gotta admit, I'm getting there. Despite video games and good music and all that, I am getting there. Get into a bad mood. No, I don't want some random fucking... Stop. Hi, what part of pause the fucking ad did you not understand? Oh yeah, I can feel it slipping into my brain. Getting real grumpy real fast. That sucks. Really getting quite sick of it, if I'm honest with you. Sorry, I know I'm in a weird position. I'm reading my secondary screen. I'm trying to pick a song. Oh, look. Speaking of Jimi Hendrix, that's the very first album that I bought of his. You're killing me, Smalls. You're really fucking killing me, Smalls. You know, that might make me feel a little better. Let's do Georgia by Marauder. Same commercial. Wow, Liberty Mutual, I will never buy anything from you. Ever. Ever! Stop advertising to me. Right. About a minute 30 in for the song. My name is Giovanni Giorgio, but everyone calls me Giorgio. Cool. Love that. Forcible nap. But we've already done a lot of this floor. You know what? I'm just gonna use it anyway. I got no fucks today. Absolutely nothing else to pick up. lot of medicinal herbs this run. I guess we'll clean up for it. It's worth having. Especially if we're going to have a whole medicine cabinet full of them. Let's find out what the egg is. It is a bloom egg. I do not care. It's just money. I don't think it's even that great of money. Keep it moving. Once you free your mind, harmony and music being correct, you can do whatever you want. Okay, what to do? Good song. Good song if you don't know it. I mean, I pretty much recommend all Daft Punk, so... That's not true. In general, I recommend all Daft Punk. Now, if we're gonna get into specifics... I can't recommend all Daft Punk. Not with the same enthusiasm. We've got our insurance crystal. I wonder if I should consider putting that in my tags for my stream, actually. Body doubling. Because while no, you don't really need a body double to play a video game, having someone nearby just doing their thing, even if it's unrelated, for me, is still body doubling. Let's go. Let's just go. Let's keep tearing up this tower. Let's go. Okay, we won't bother with that either. Good enough for now. Oh, more Daft Punk. Okay. Voyager by Daft Punk. Good song. Still not gonna sit for it though. She's a stunner, gonna kiss and tell. Carter Vale again. Down at Sherry's place. I was a gonna give me hell. But she don't fuck less she's getting paid. Drop dead Southern Belle. Till I got replaced. Now I can't stop. Losing you has got me on fire. And I don't wanna lose it this way. Losing you has got me on fire. And I don't wanna leave it this way. Double barrel eye to the PCH. Gonna take a ride. Losing you has got me on fire. And I don't wanna leave it this way. Losing you has got me on fire. And I don't wanna leave it this way. Losing you, I'm out of my mind. And I don't wanna leave it this way. Losing you has got me on fire. I don't wanna leave it this way. Losing you has got me on fire. Losing you has got me on fire. More Carter? More Carter, but it's new Carter! No! I can't hear the new Carter. Plus, also, this is very country-y. Carter, don't listen to me. You keep doing you. You make your music. Do not listen to people like me that do not have the exact same sense of taste as you. You're doing great things. Boy, I sure wish Carter would be a little bit less country. Sorry. That's my one note that I'll add on. I love Carter. I love his sound for the most part. I do wish it would lean away from country. That's not what I clicked on. I clicked next page. There's a huge difference. YouTube music, a huge difference. Damn, I might just listen to all of Random Access Memories. What a solid album. Tip to tail, man. Oh, I did mean to listen to this. This was recommended to me the other day. Subdivisions by Rush. I might even know it, but I don't know it by name. And it was recommended to me the other day when I was discussing how much I'm appreciating Rush now. Limu again. Oh, different one this time. Still Limu, though. I can't say I recognize it thus far. Maybe I do, a little bit. Hang on. Oh, what a dark sounding song. It's very 1982, I'll tell you that. Didn't mean to walk away from my aggressor. Ooh. It's very Rush-like. Is it just instrumental? Oh, there we go. Oh, this was supposed to be like their space sci-fi epic, wasn't it? But it's still allegory. Or wait, no. Is that a different one? Or is it the whole album? I'm mixing things up now. Ooh. Ooh, Rush. Subdivisions in the high school halls, in the shopping malls, conform or be cast out. Cast out, excuse me, not outcast. Wow. Yeah. Musically, this isn't grasping me as much as the rest of their music, but poetically, for sure. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm glad it did suggest this to me. It's so 1982. These synths are wild and... No complaints. I love me a good synth. Wow. Yeah, I've probably heard this once or twice before, but not a lot. Yeah. Yeah. This one hurts. This is a painful song. Be cool or be cast out. What an interesting shorthand. It's the modern version of be part of the tribe or be exiled and die in the cold, but it's over something as stupid as be cool. Not that I haven't always seen that situation, being someone who is very much not cool. Very much not cool. Yeah. I don't care that my bullies are doing better than me financially in life. I'm just glad I didn't turn into them. Would rather die. Come on, step in. Cool, cool, step in. That's fine. Step in, you're wasting time. Yep. Come on. Yes, I do want to go up. Let's go. Yep, I don't need to listen to the whole album. Thank you very much. And it's still... This account still doesn't know me well enough, so I can't let it run on anything because it's all shit. I am not a 55-year-old man. Stop giving me just this shit. Oh, okay. I can't not click on that because just recently I was reminded. Okay, so are you familiar with the song Even Flow by Pearl Jam? Of course you are. Limu Emu. Getting real sick of this. Yep, you completely fucked up my brain. Hurry up. Thank you. Even Flow. So, I don't care if you like wrestling or not. And we can argue about whether or not I like wrestling or not. That it's not the point. The point is that there's a wrestler named Stephen Flow, and he comes into a knockoff of this song that goes Stephen Flow. He's a Stephen Flow. Something ridiculous. It's just playing on Stephen Flow. It's just ridiculous, and I love it. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. Hey, Pearl Jam, why don't you hang on for a second? I need to listen to a far superior version of your song called Stephen Flow. Stephen Flow. Oh, yeah. God, we love him. We love him so much. Oh, God. Please actually be it. It's only his second appearance, but Stephen Flow has already captured the attention of everyone in the world. And he's just wearing like 3 or 4 flannels. Stephen Flow's on his way. That's what it is. The grunge-inspired super wrestler. I love it. Oh, March 9th. Sunday, March 9th. Concord Music Hall, Chicago, Illinois. Super Wrestlers Infinite. Steven! Oh my goodness gracious. Alright. Stephen Flow, right? Steven! Ugh. Steven, flow away. Like, it's not even a real song. It's so delightful. I gotta have it again. No, actually, I don't need your promo. I don't need your promo. I just want your intro song, man. Stephen Flow. Intro. I just need full entrance. Give me that full 1 minute, 38-second entrance. Well, you missed a bunch of singing, quite frankly. I've been singing. But we're talking about Stephen Flow, which we're definitely going to do if you're here. If you didn't just hear me, I have to make sure that you know about Stephen Flow. It's okay if you don't like wrestling. You don't have to follow wrestling. No one cares. That's fine. I don't follow wrestling. Used to follow wrestling. Doesn't matter. The internet blessed me with the knowledge that there is a professional wrestler, apparently out of Chicago, by the name of Stephen Flow, and his entrance music is Even Flow. But it's Stephen Flow, Stephen Flow, Stephen Flow, then he flows away. And like, I don't actually know the lyrics, but like, it's just ridiculous like that. And I can't not. Yes. Stephen Flow. Yep. Stephen Flow, Stephen Flow. It's Stephen Flow. Oh, Stephen Flow. Stephen Flow is on his way. Yeah. This was his first appearance. I love it. Stephen Flow. Stephen Flow. Stephen Flow. Stephen Flow. Stephen Flow. Stephen. Yeah, I don't even care. I will send you the link right now in chat. I might get blocked by myself. I don't care. That's it. That's what I'm watching right now. It's 1 minute 38 seconds. Oh, I didn't know that you could actually see my Chrome. Oh, that's okay. You're just seeing a little chunk of it. My fears now. Like, so ridiculous. Stephen Flow. Stephen Flow. Stephen Flow. Stephen Flow. Stephen Flow is on his way. Yeah. And now he's wrestling. So, it's Stephen Flow, everybody. He's here. It's Stephen Flow. He's here. Oh, good God. I would have loved to have been at that wrestling match, actually. It's been a long time since I've been to a wrestling match, but my God, I would have loved that. I would have lost my fucking mind, and I would have been the #1 Stephen Flow stan at that ring. Absolutely. Unless his family or friends were there, which I'm sure they were. Oh my God. Oh yeah, that's a while ago, eh? I was just slightly after that. I had an ex that was really into wrestling. And so I got into it with him, and we went and watched local wrestlers and stuff too. That was really cool. Why? Because you're locked, that's why. There we go, now we don't need to worry about that. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. There we go. Yeah, just barely past your time period. Think Hardy Boys. I was a huge Hardy Boys fan. And yes, I did have a favorite. Yes, I will tell you which one if you ask me. But like Hardy Boys, Hurricane Helms, Triple H was in with that stuff too that you just mentioned, but like later Triple H, post Degeneration X, like way past that. Yeah, Friends Interest, yeah, same thing. The wrestling games were really fun though, I will admit that. Very fun to watch too. Steven. Where'd my window go with Stephen Flow? There we go. I feel much better now that I've heard Stephen Flow. Now we'll listen to Even Flow. But Stephen first. Stephen first. And I will happily admit that this is not my favorite Pearl Jam song by any stretch of the imagination. What is on my face? There was actually a hair on my nose. Sorry if you all could see yourselves in the mirror. I understand. If you don't mind, I'm going to read that for VOD, because that's quite funny and also very relatable. But I did play wrestling games so I could wreck him in-game. It didn't always end with me wrecking him in-game. I feel you. Deeply feel you. It's still really fun, though. I don't do fighting games of any ilk, but that one was really fun. Another medicinal herb. That's like 5. 6, because we have... Nope, 4. So this would be the 5th one, because we've used 1. Wow. Really going heavy on those medicinal herbs. I would say that's a bad sign, but it's procedurally generated. Yep. Well, it might be cursed. If it's cursed, it's worth a lot. We'll pick it up if we can. I mean, that's such... I'm not minimizing your pain in any way, shape, or form. I get it. But boy, what a common place to be. Super cash people who just play whatever game that you're talking about. I know that you're talking about wrestling games, but it could be Smash Brothers for that matter, you know? If you're just playing against people at a party, most people aren't going to want to play you because you're too good. And if you're playing against friends who play it habitually, I won't even say like professionally, just habitually, you probably well-matched / gonna have your ass beat. And of course I don't want to put the time into mastering a fighting game. I've got a million other things to do, you know? So I get it. And I'm sure once you're deep into it, just... I think I'm doubly... Let me pause this so I can think better. I think I'm doubly disabled on that front because, like... I've talked to some extent about this, so not to be too personal, but, like... Again, when... Oh, but everybody's been mocked. There's a difference between mocked and there's a difference between being bullied by a chronic set of bullies for years. There's a difference. And while they both leave damage, one leaves a different type of damage. So, anyway, when you're bullied in that way from a very young age, you're just taught that you're not part of the group. Period. It doesn't matter if you find a little group later on. You know it will dissolve. You know it's temporary. Enjoy it while you can. You're not one of these things. They don't want you. So, like, the idea of playing sports or... I mean, really, that's all we have is sports that are like this. But now we have games which are more filling that space. But, like, that's so incredibly alien to me. Like, I can't peacefully exist next to you, let alone while I'm interacting with you. That much has been proven to me. There's no guarantee. And why would I put my neck on the line? So the idea of actively joining a community to do that, like, it's so alien to me. And I'm being careful with my words because my internal feelings, I want to use some pretty harsh words, and they're not... It's not that they're not appropriate to the situation. It's not even that they're not accurate to my lived experience. It's that I don't want to turn others off from listening to my experience because I use language that put them on the defense. Because that's how humans are. If you put a human on the defense, the chances of them listening to you start dropping very quickly. But if I'm being honest, since I've now prefaced that, I think it's amazing that you guys can work together and do your stuff, that you can human together. That's really cool. But boy, I can't relate. And that, like, walking in, even if it's... Here, I'll give you an even better example. Because, like, me trying to fit myself onto a competitive, like, fighting game thing is always going to be me trying to squish the analogy in a box. Because I don't play fighting games, right? MagFest. That's all video games. That's let's just go and have a weekend that's just a huge party of 20,000 people, 24 hours a day for 4 days. Let's just go game. And I really miss MagFest. I don't have the money for it anymore. But even if I did, I wonder how my body would react now that I'm completely burnt out. Because at least before I was functional and my masks were working and I could force myself to do things. I'm just trying to imagine how that would feel now. Like, I know none of the people there are going to hurt me. I've never been hurt there. I made a bad decision there, but that was a bad decision on my part. But if I'm being honest about my own mental damage, my own thoughts, because I don't think this is a MagFest thing, I think this is a me thing. I remember at least one year, if not multiple years, where, yeah, I was having a really nice time and I was there, I was playing pinball, I was going to the things, like the different talks, enjoying all the stuff, having a good time. But I kept hearing a second voice in my brain going, yeah, but you don't really belong here. Not because you're other, not because of this, that, or the other thing, but just, you're too old. You're alone. You seem like a poser. You're not socializing with anybody. Like, what's the point of you being here? And in a way, the only answer I guess I have to that is a quote from a very old movie. And I don't want to get it wrong, actually, so hang on. I'll just pull it up. It's a short quote, I just don't want to butcher it because it's so iconic. I'm not sure if I've seen the full scene. There's a 14-second clip of it, which is probably just what I'm referencing, but we'll do the minute and a half, because I'm curious. After a commercial from Peloton. Yes, Peloton, we know. Can you wrap it up?
Sign up for this kind of abuse anyway.
I want to fly jets, son.
My grandmama wants to fly jets.
I wanted since I was a kid.
I'm not talking about flying, I'm talking about character.
I've changed. I've changed since I've been here.
Yeah, you have.
I've changed, sir.
Just polished up your acting a bit. You just shined it up. Now tell me what I want to hear. I want your DOR.
No, sir.
I want your DOR.
I ain't gonna quit.
Spell it. DOR.
I ain't gonna quit.
Yeah, then you can be free. You and your daddy can get drunk and go hog chasing together, huh?
No, sir.
DOR.
I ain't gonna quit.
Right, then you can forget it. You're out.
Don't you do it. Don't you. I got nowhere else to go.
I've got nowhere else to go.
I got nowhere else to go.
There's a little bit more to that scene. But that. Why was I at MagFest? Because I got nowhere else to go. Why am I here streaming, being unentertaining? Because I got nowhere else to go. You know, I don't want to be too overly dramatic, but because, like, this is my last venue in which I feel that I can attempt to human. I'm not going out to interface with you people face to face. I'm not going to a club. I'm not going to an event. I'm not doing it. And lots of people from the outside call that belligerence. Once you look at the fucking receipts, it's self-protection. And if you were in the same position, you would do the same thing. So enjoy your acceptance into the tribe if you have it. It must be nice. Now I've made myself feel even fucking worse. Because I can't keep serious thoughts in, and if I'm thinking them and I'm not saying them out loud, I'm just stewing on them, and then I'm pissy in the stream, and I can't say anything because there's no one to talk to about it. This is really a mental dump stream, isn't it? Today. So unprofessional. That's the other thing too, though. Like, I acknowledge I'm not professional. I'm not trying to be professional. I'm not an entertainer. I don't want to be an entertainer. I'm not here to make you go hee hee hoo hoo ha ha. This is really turning into a great stream. Sword. This happened yesterday too. I got in a really shitty mood and I just finished out the stream and quit. So, and I'm leaving this all in because vulnerability is going to attempt to be part of the thing, and I don't want to be because y'all are unsafe. That'll reflect well on me later when someone goes back to listen to that. What can I drop? I can't fucking think straight anymore. I'm upset. Oh, if the camera's on, if anybody's watching me, listening to me, if there is a human being within earshot of me, I don't matter anymore. All masks come up, all scripting comes up. I do my best to work against it, but it's automatic. I'm 42. There's a lot of training behind this. I really wish I could just uninstall it. I appreciate you not interrupting. I appreciate you listening. But that's the nice thing about text, though. I don't feel interrupted by text as long as you give me a minute to come back to it. I prefer text. If I've learned anything about myself in the past 2 to 3 years of total, utter, rock bottom fucking burnout and the inability to do anything except for lay around and think, if I've learned anything about myself, it's that I've had an underlying preference my entire life. Preference might not even be the right word. I am wired for asynchronicity, not synchronicity, and life is synchronous. There are plenty of ways to make subsections of life asynchronous, but life itself is synchronous. In synchronicity plus the rules that we currently have in human society, not just American society. Fuck American society. It does not compute. The numbers don't add up for me. What am I doing? Again, I can't think straight anymore. Look at your inventory. Inventory's full. You wanted the sword. Use the treasure loop. Already used one. That was a waste. Another egg. Ochre, huh? I have a tremendously short working memory at the best of times, actually measured by professionals, like a marked deficiency in working memory. So please do not hold it against me when inevitably you will say something like you just said, and I will say, I'm sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. Remember what? Oh, God. Right. And honestly, when I'm talking about being vulnerable and honest with people, I know we can't go from where we are today to 100% honesty. Half of us would die. The predators among us would pick us off. I get that. We can't do that. But we can start demanding more honesty and acting with more honesty. What was that called? Prefigurative politics? I can't remember, but it's basically when you want something to change, you start modeling it yourself first. Yeah. Definitely better than that. Especially with someone like me, with my literal brain, where, like, if you tell me that you're gonna do something in 5 minutes, I'm low enough support needs, high enough functionality or whatever, to know that you're probably using an idiom. However, just because I know that you're using an idiom and you don't literally mean 5 minutes, okay, then it better be 10 or 15. It better not exceed 30. Because that's not 5 minutes anymore. That's not a couple of minutes anymore. I want exactness, specificity, and clarity in pretty much everything I do. And when that's the exact opposite of how most people work, they want speed, efficiency, clarity only in what they absolutely need and nothing more. Nope. That causes a lot of problems. Hi, Tushy. Yeah, that sounds about right. Don't even get me started on the corporate world. All they are is built on lies. Can you make something more opaque than opaque? You're in. You're hired. And I can no longer tolerate that to the point of not being functional. So. Which, yes, in earlier times and with less support would mean that I would have already been dead by now. Which is why I will take this opportunity to remind any and all viewers, especially if they aren't normal viewers, because you guys already know, hey, if you have some capitalism coupons, why don't you just... right there. Please. The more we mutual aid each other, the more we undercut the system that literally wants us dead if we don't comply, the better. So, and I'm being perfectly honest with you, I cannot comply. So. And I also assume that somebody took Tushy with one eye. His turtle's all the way down. His eyes all the way down. What time is it? 1:40. Alright, so I gotta leave in about 40 minutes. I don't know what to do with myself today. Without going into great detail. And this is... oh, hang on. Orme's back. Snack time. Good boy, bud. I don't remember what I was saying. I must make some money. I must go out and work, but I don't want to. And I need a shower, and I must do laundry. And with my fear of being perceived, like, it's a delicate dance between all of those things, and, like, I basically just want to not be here. I basically just want to either be asleep, be dead, or not be on this plane of existence. Those are the 3 states of being for me. Go ahead and flag me or tag me, Twitch. Oh no, she's talking about suicide. No, I'm not. I am talking about despair, though. Can I show you the Cato? If I have a shirt nearby to throw on over my tits, sure. Because that will get me in trouble with Twitch. Oh, I mean, I was wearing a tube top this entire time. Twitch, it doesn't matter what I'm wearing if you can't see. I can be buck-ass naked, and if nobody can see, it shouldn't matter. Alright. Yes, I can show you the Cato. Orme, you are being called upon, sir.
Hi. Can I pick you up?
had some food, so I'm going to be gentle on your belly. This is the man. This is the man. Yeah. Hi, buddy. You're on camera. Yeah. I love you, buddy. Oh, do you see something out the window? I don't. I see moving trees. I have lip balm on. I don't want to kiss you. Yeah. Here. There you go, buddy. Look at that good sunspot. Do you want to lay in the sunspot? There you go. Oh, hi. Nope. No sunspot. Must have rectangle. Good boy. Must have a rectangle. Stupid mother human. Must have a rectangle. Aw. Oh, May. You so handsome. They say you so handsome. See, I'm not the only one who says it. You so handsome. I don't think he believes me, but he's a good boy. I wish I could do better by him. Back when I had my full-time job, I could do better by him, but can't manage that anymore. And I'm not saying that I'm in any situation where he's going to have to be given up or anything anytime soon, but I feel it all the time. There's going to come a day where I fail to a level where, like, I'll take me down. That's fine. My choices in life, if they take me out, that's fine. I'm not happy about it, but that's fine. He didn't do anything. And it's not his fault that he got a human that was functional and then ceased being functional. I'm always a hair's breadth away from crying nowadays, so it's fine. I don't care anymore. Like, whether you guys see me cry or not, like, it's gonna happen, so I don't fucking care anymore. Besides, being emotionally vulnerable is supposed to make you go viral, right? So, oh, I mean, I'm so sad. Another medicinal herb. Sick. Well, I really don't have room for you. Sorry, it was welling on the edge of my eye. I had to get it out. Okay. Better. We'll go up the center. And there was nothing. This is a crossroads. Just the room that we knew was here. Well, that's a letdown. Oh, I never finished my thought. I apologize. Trying to decide what to do with my day, and I'm sure that a lot of this currently, a lot of the baggage that I have with streaming is because I did stream for like 5 years to almost no audience regularly on a schedule, and it finally beat me down. I can only talk to an empty room so much, and that's why you are seeing this new approach of me going, well, my door's open. If you want to kind of fucking talk to me, you can come fucking talk to me, but I'm not your dancing monkey. Because you didn't care when I was your dancing monkey, Twitch. So, I'm just gonna be me instead. Oh yeah, it's mostly numbers, right? Especially, if you didn't start in the first year of Twitch, Good luck. Good luck. Because there's too many users. And now here we are, what, like 10, almost 15 years later for Twitch. I have no idea how many people stream. There's countless users. And yet, I will say that I feel that my viewership numbers, and this feels weird when it's still infinitesimally small, but I feel like my viewership, the amount of views on my streams and YouTube uploads, is way more than it used to be. It used to be habitually 0 on everything. And now it's habitually not 0. Even if it's still single digits, it's habitually non-zero. And that's weird to me. I don't know what changed, because I left Twitch for several years, but something changed. And you know what? I bet it's just the fucking bots. They probably count as... Well, they don't count on YouTube, but they probably count on here as views, so... Well... I know I don't play games that people care about. I know that I'm not an entertainer, that I'm not over here being common denominator slop. I can't be. I've never been able to be. That's part of why I was cut from the herd so early. I can't conform well. And the ways in which I did conform just erased me. So... let's get the fuck out of here. I still haven't finished my thought. Right, so in a little bit, when I gotta leave, I need to run an errand across town. Other than that, I have the opportunity at that point. I'm up, about, dressed, out of the house, in my car. That's a perfect time to DoorDash. And since it's, you know, getting dark earlier, I hate admitting all this on stream. God, how the semi-competent have fallen to complete trash. I need new glasses. I probably need a new coat. I need new shoes for winter. Like, I have nothing. I'm sorry to beg. Trust me, this is literally the last place I want to be in life. And to me, this is really close to just being on the side of the road holding up a sign. But I'm being honest with you. So... That's the God's honest truth. I'm not trying to have a pity party. I'm not trying to earn your dollars through pity. But I am tired and unable to just pretend like I'm okay anymore. I'm not. And most of us actually aren't. It may be in different ways than how I am, but be honest with yourself. Even if you're completely neurotypical, well-employed, not having any touches of 2025 touching you right now, you know you could still be doing better, and this whole world could be doing better. Floor 11. Yeah, let's... Here, buddy. Oh, I forgot. He's low level. He really needs to be out. I got so wrapped up in what I was doing. You come out. Let's change your AI. Change your AI. I want you behind me. And I want you to chill the actual fuck out. I would have you back me up with magic. But you do not have magic. And also, please, have this Shomoro seed. Okay. Excellent. Let's save, because it's been a minute. Let's grab a little bit of experience. If anything's gonna come. Oh. Wanted to give you feedback, quote, negative. That's the feedback. Wow. Thank you so much for calling me back. Hold on. Was this a human or was it automated before I go into my shtick? It was a human. Did they drop the call, or did they just say negative and then say thank you for your time, goodbye? Because if it was a dropped call, I'll allow that, but still, like, I would not put it past them to be like, yeah, I just really wanted to call you back and give you feedback. Negative. Thanks for your time. You were wonderful. We really appreciate you. Have a great day. Like, wow, you really wanted to pay one of your employees the money to tell me the information that they told me in that phone call, but you won't hire me. It doesn't seem like good resource allocation. Okay, they didn't drop it directly. Okay. Oh. Oh shit, oh shit. Actually, that brings up a fascinating question that I keep up on our economy a little bit in a meta way. Most of the stuff that I keep up on a meta level. I do not get deeply into most issues because while each issue is important and we need individuals who work on each issue, the thing that maddens me every day of my life is that when I try to explain where I'm stuck in things and where I'm thinking all the time, it's on this meta level that's taking all of those sub-silos and synthesizing them upwards. So if you've got people that are stuck in their silos and either can't or won't look up to the meta level, they think you're insane. They think you're blowing smoke. They think you're being difficult. They think that you're making shit up. No, it's just that politics reaches a lot further than what you're talking about. Oh, it's that this thing in science reaches a lot for this thing in sociology. They all tie together. Everything ties together, guys. It's a network. Humanity is a network. Trust me, I don't like it. As someone who's been forced to be an outsider, I don't like that we're a network because I have to depend on the rest of you. And you've all made it very clear that you don't want me. So it's a bit of a rub. And why, yes, why call you at 10 well, I'll tell you why, because that's a business hour. And we gotta tell you that you're rejected, and we gotta have Sally do it because she's on the clock. I'm just impressed that they called you back, frankly. What I was going to say, yeah, just email me or mail me. Yeah, just so pointless, so stupid. What I was going to ask you, like, I keep up on our economy a little enough to have a general idea, play it into the meta picture. What is the economy like over there? Because I know our idiot God King is having effects on other countries because, again, say it with me, folks, we're interconnected now. Which, going back to the politics thing, is another... I think that's part of why the boomers hate it so much nowadays. Things have gotten too big, too complicated, and they have for human hardware. But instead of falling back into tribalism and being scared and small, how about we use the big-ass brains that we evolved and push past our internal limiters to what humanity actually can and should be? I know. What a wild idea. I did actually want to go up. I didn't mean to hit no. Didn't mean to do that either. Could you please? No, because you're not going to step in. Fine, I will step in. And I will kill you. This one's going to be closer. How much damage do you do? A decent amount of damage. Okay. Well, we have medicinal herbs, so use. Yes, You answered that on the meta level. Thank you very much. But I meant more in the specificity level. Like, I gotta figure out how I want to word this. Yes, the US economy usually, and by definition, because it's the world currency holder, affects every other economy for the most part. Globalization. But that doesn't mean that each economy just kind of looks like ours, but like in miniature or slightly different color or with like an accent. So I guess that's what I meant by how's your economy doing? Or if it is simply just being boring right now and just paralleling ours, that's a perfectly acceptable answer. But I guess I just wanted to be really clear what I meant. Because I don't think anybody's economy is doing well right now. A lot of major world powers have swung towards nationalism in the past 5 to 10 years. That's not great. It definitely affects the economy, not just culture and society. But I've also seen enough pushback in other countries, not here. Okay, as far as the US goes, let me stop rolling my eyes at my own people for a moment. This is the most fired up that I've seen my country probably in my lifetime. This is a modern political crisis. This is serious. And what I mean by that is if we look back over the past, God, ever since World War II, for the most part, we've had very little upsetting of the apple cart over here. It's been this quiet... Let me disclaim this. This is partially history, and this is partially my opinion. There we go. Okay. Like all conquering nations or powers, we have had a period of peace. Pax, right? P-A-X, Pax. Like Pax Romana. Pax Americana is also a thing. And I think we haven't talked about it enough, quite frankly. I remember learning the concept of Pax Americana briefly in school. Not college, just regular primary school. But I don't think we talked about it very much, and we kind of talked about it like it was simultaneously over, like this is a past tense thing, like Pax Americana, or like Pax Romana. But also we are in it. And I think there's a lot of that, at least in America. I can't speak for other countries, but there's a lot of that, oh, well, we're past that now, while we are actively in it. There's a lot of self-delusion. There's a lot of gaslighting. And this was always going to happen. I'm not an economist. I don't want to be an economist. I hate money. I hate these systems with every grain of my being and then some. But in spite of myself, I have learned some stuff about money and the systems around our money and power and all of that. So... Well, and that's... Okay, you're saying several things there, so what I'm about to say is both pointing at that and kind of just gesturing at it, so forgive the non-specificity. But, like, that's the other thing. Like, you guys, and by you guys I mean anyone who's not from America, who also hasn't lived in America, because then you have a taste of it from the inside, right? Your stereotypes are right. They're also wrong in the sense that all stereotypes are wrong, in that they are limited. But I would be a goddamn fool to tell you that you're wrong. And we made this joke of ourselves. So yeah, America is rah rah, gun, Second Amendment, cheeseburgers, fat people, tone deaf, racist music. Like, absolutely. All of them are true. But you're also right. And you make a really good point, and I'm glad to hear this. Thank you for giving me a bit of a sanity check today. As an outsider, I see US citizens are being quite cooperative, you say. You know, no matter how herd mentality, no matter how lowest common denominator, no matter how fucking stupid Americans get, that is one thing that will always amaze me. Again, being an outsider, a person who doesn't feel this tribal thing. I don't feel it, guys. I'm telling you. When you're cut out from the group that early, I'm part of no group. And if you guys ever form a community around me, I'm still gonna feel like an outsider. It will be your community. It won't be my community. I'm telling you right now. It's so amazing to me that has held on with the rest of these people, with the rest of my fellow Americans. And it's because they weren't cut out of the group. It's the tribalism. It's, I want to be accepted. I want to be right. But also, I do thoroughly believe, through actual facts, like polling numbers, but also just lived experience here on the ground in America, most people are cool. Most regular people are fucking cool. They're fine. It's what situations you put them in. It's if you threaten their well-being. It's if you threaten their livelihood. And then all of the primal stuff comes back up. So as long as we can point at something that doesn't threaten us deeply enough mentally, we can all still come together. I have no idea why 9/11 didn't trigger that for everybody. Because that was a sign that at least that part of the world, if not all of the world, hates us so much. And yet we immediately came together. It's just something about Americans. I think it also has to do with that, a thing that is very true in my experience with Americans, that I hear a lot from non-Americans, which is, you know, I went to America and just everyone wanted to chat with me. Everybody was really friendly. It wasn't just because I was from another country or looked different or had a fun accent, which I really do think we like accents a lot. But they just genuinely were friendly. We're chatty. I'm glad that voter fraud is being surfaced out. And that's the other thing, too. I'm fine. If this is the period of history for the world where our modern systems all get their pants ripped down around their ankles and we all laugh at them, good. Let's fucking do it. None of these systems are good. Even the best systems that we have right now are fantastic. None of them. Because they are all still trying to run two sets of code at once, in my opinion, which I've talked about before. The theory of the Blood and Bone OS, or Scarcity OS, and Post-Scarcity OS. And this actually ties right back into that Pax Americana thing I was talking about. We talk about it like it's done and it's over with. I mean, we're still cool. We're still top of everybody with USA, USA. But it's over with. But also, we're still living in it. Okay, well, you can't have both of those at once, number one. And secondly, how about we actually examine that with our brains instead of our feelings? Because the feeling of a large piece like that it's incredibly deceptive. If a large enough portion of the population does not feel the heat and is effectively in that peace mode, everything else gets written off. 1950s and 60s, anybody in America? The white people didn't feel it at all. So all of the other problems didn't matter. And it's been the same thing all the way up. It's just that that bar kept creeping closer to the ruling class, or in this particular case, the ruling race. Let's be honest. Fuck those fucking Puritans that came over here. No, do not apologize for stereotyping Americans, unless it's actually inaccurate, which I haven't heard you say anything inaccurate yet. And that is precisely why I have no problem with people using stereotypes, even about me, if it's true. If you will accept correction, that's all that matters. But if your stereotype's right, I'm not going to stop you. Stereotypes are only bad when they're hurting people. Otherwise, they're just a type of heuristic, right? And we do have a lot of bad heuristics that have been passed down culturally. All of humanity. Circling back into that OS thing again, because humans were born out of blood and bone, and we've inherited all of our systems, including parenting, including all of our old adages, including all of our wisdom from our GMAs and stuff. It's not that all of that is wrong, it's that it comes from a different system. So if the point is always survive, 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 no matter what, compete, kill, strive, steal, do whatever you have to do, survive. That's blood and bone. We will never have a Star Trek future if we are trying to survive. And we don't need to just try to survive anymore. We make enough everything for everyone and then some. I just checked the stats yesterday. We produce enough food on Earth for 10 billion people. Last I checked, there was roughly 8 billion. We make enough food. All of our problems are resource distribution. You will not convince me otherwise of that. It's resource distribution. Now, if you want to get into why we are poorly distributing our resources, that's an entirely different thing. Way more complicated. Way more complicated. But the basic problem is distribution. That's right, it's not profitable. Because humans discovered the profit motive. Shareholder incentives. This isn't the way, guys. Just because we're doing it now does not mean it's the way. Nor has it always been the way, which I love that one. Ooh, it's just the way it is. Yeah, it's just the way it is until it changes again, as humanity always does. It's just a matter of how many years are we going to be underneath capitalism. Because it will fall. Until we find the perfect system, which humanity probably never will. But we can get closer. Every time we shed a system, we do get closer. It's just that the systems run themselves ragged, right? Because please don't mistake me that I'm saying that I want to go back to feudalism. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But in some ways, not equal ways, not the same ways, but in some ways, did serfs have it better? They did, in some ways. They didn't have the science, technology advancements that we have, but they had less leash of power in the sense that power still remembered that they are only on that throne as long as they don't get their head cut off. They have ingeniously created systems, and actually I think it wasn't really ingenious. I think this was us stumbling upon it. It's partly ingenious, partly stumbling. We created capitalism, and capitalism is self-perpetuating, unfortunately. I really wish it wasn't. In fact, I discovered a very good analogy for it recently. I don't remember it fully off the top of my bean. I'm trying to remember it. But it encapsulated it so well for me that I was like, for once I finally get you. I don't want to push back on this point. I don't want to argue. You're just right for once. I don't remember though. And I gotta go in about 15 minutes. So let's do this. I'm gonna save this. I am not listening to the music. Obviously, I don't have my headphones on. But we're gonna shut that. We'll just have 15 minutes of chat. Scooch chat over. Oh, that isn't much close up. You make a delight to me. One moment. Not that you necessarily want to look at a giant version of me, but here you go. Since there's nothing else on screen. Oh, it's pretty close to centered. It's only 4 pixels off. Anyway, here you go. I don't remember what I was talking about. But things don't have to be this way. So, in before anyone starts with that bullshit. Oh, it's just the way it is. It is the way it is. Now, contemporaneously, in this second. Does it need to be that way? No. It's just such a... I feel like a lot of the complaints I have about communication with people is that it shuts down communication. People either misunderstand and then run with what they think you meant, or they just shut it down. Oh, sorry about your wireless. I was going to use that mouthful of water for pills, but hang on, now I have to make a joke. Okay, I'm at 160 p then, huh? How many fingers am I holding up? And yes, I am holding them up in front of my face so that it's even worse for you. Because if it was out here, you'd definitely be able to see. Like, how many fingers am I holding up? You can probably tell me. How many fingers am I holding up? Now I'll take my pills. Take your pills if you haven't taken your pills. Yes, precisely that. Precisely that. And what a beautiful microcosm of it as well. I get that at work. We are where we are. Yes, and we're going to be in that same place because you won't address the problems. And that excuse can be used every time. Yes, it shuts down thought and discussion. And I can't stand it. At full screen, it was 20. I didn't know I had 20 fingers. Wow, that's really impressive. I assume you meant 2, though. It was 2. And hi, W. I'm actually just about to leave in a couple minutes. But you know what? How about, since I've been trying to discuss this and getting off topic for like half an hour now, since I could go out and work, but I have not taken a shower yet. And I do feel I'm days without a shower. I need a shower so fucking bad. Nice. Thank you so much for the gift sub. Appreciate that. I could go out and do some of that. And actually I might do a little because it is still... Well, no. It's such a juggling act. So I'm just trying to decide if it's worth, it's always worth coming back and streaming. Like, because again, I'm not, yes, I am treating this as a potential income stream, but I'm also treating it as I'm sitting in my dorm room, the door's open, this is a socialization opportunity, right? And those two things get conflated, so. Uh-huh. Got his ass. Got his ass. But if you guys are going to be around, what I'll do is I will come back. I need to do laundry anyway. Well, I have to sit and watch that, though. Need a shower. Still, if you guys would like me to, I will come back and stream some more instead of going out and door dashing immediately. I still might do a little bit at the end of the day, like 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, something in there. But oh, are you going to bed? Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you stopping by then. Goddamn. I always forget about that time difference. That's brutal. But later on when I'm streaming, you should be awake. You might be at work, but you should be awake. And that's the other thing too. Like, I'm fine with the idea of being a stream that you have on your second monitor while you're working, whether it's at work or doing work. Excuse me. Like earlier in the stream today, I said something to the effect of like, I don't know about for you guys, but for me, even if the other person isn't directly engaging with me a lot, even if what I need to do is completely not even remotely related to what that person is doing, it's still close enough to body doubling for me that I might put body doubling in my tags. Like, I'll just be sitting here playing my games, and then if someone comes into stream, into chat, I will engage with you. But otherwise, I'm sitting here playing my games. I appreciate you too. I really do. Thank you. But that goes for everybody. Like, just hopefully I am the type of energy that just fills that bubble of second monitor energy, which to me is a compliment. I always have something going on my second monitor. Always. When I'm streaming, that's like the only time that I don't. And you saw today, I still had shit going. So it's the ADHD. It's the neurodivergence. I gotta have multiple things. When I sit here in a quiet room with no chat, just playing my game, it drives me nuts. I can't do it anymore. Definitely look into it. It's a neurodivergent concept. It's, how would you describe body doubling? It's, the shorthand for it is, hey, can you come sit here and chat with me while I fold some laundry? You don't have to fold laundry. You can just literally sit there and chat with me, or you can do something on your phone, or you can bring your own work, but can you be around? I don't need you perceiving me. I don't need you chatting with me. I don't need you managing me, policing me. It's just presence. Oh yeah, I got 10 minutes, so I should probably start wrapping up so I can get my ass out the door. Well, I'm hungry. I haven't had a proper meal yet. I really would like a shower if I can manage one. I feel gross. I'm having cramps at the moment, so I'm grumpy. Yeah, I probably will come back and try to deal with some stuff, even though I probably should work. Alright. So, that's what I'm going to aim for at this point, unless something changes. If I don't come back and stream immediately, I will stream later. It may or may not be Azure Dreams. I really am starting to feel the pull, the heaviness of the grind. So we might need to switch it up for a little bit and do something else. I really would love to have a good door dashing day though, so I could just replace my fucking controller. Reminder, if you'd like to throw a couple bucks towards a new controller or a new chair, that would be fantastic. The chair we can do without. This one I can still sit on. It's uncomfortable and it's broken, but I can still sit on it. The controller is broken and only partially usable. Would love to be able to replace that. Anyway, and then we'll go back to so many more controller games. I know this is technically a controller game, but it's a PS1 controller game. The PlayStation 1 didn't, I hate to break it to you, but it didn't have all these buttons. It did not. And that game does not use all of the buttons, so it's not that big of a deal. But something like Slime Rancher 2, much bigger deal. Fallout, big deal. Like, especially with triggers and shooting and stuff. Anyway, I will shut up about that. You already know... Oh, where is it on this one? You already know where to click. On this one, it's this one right here. Me. Click right there. Yeah. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. I've been Lulu. This has been Azure Dreams on PlayStation 1. This has been another transmission from Nibelheim. Maybe we'll jump into Long Dark when I come back, because we have the Nomad map to still work on, right? And it'll be a nice little bit of a change. I'll probably still have to have something on in the background, but good change for a little bit. Still going to be grindy, but it'll be more... There's something about this turn-based situation where it just makes you a little bit sleepy. I love it. This is where I live in turn-based, but it makes you a little sleepy. When you have a wolf breathing down your neck in real time, less sleepy. Anyway, or bear. I will see you in a little bit. I have been Lulu. All the other stuff that I just said. See you later.